Hi, I'm Doug with the product team here at Sophos, and today we're going to be taking a look at some Locky ransomware attacks. We'll see what happens to an end user when Locky attacks a machine with various levels of Sophos protection, starting of course with no protection whatsoever. This is not recommended. On this user's machine, we've got some important documents on the hard drive itself, and some additional important documents on a removable drive. We'll head into the Sophos agent and disable everything. Again, not recommended. This user gets a phony email that appears to be from the US Postal Service. Oh dear, it's a missed delivery, but thankfully, there's a sketchy looking zip file attached to this message. Against all better judgment, this user opens the attachment, finds what appears to be a doc file, though look at that icon, that's no doc file, and it says Windows script file in the type column. Cue the ominous horror movie music as this user double clicks the file, and nothing happens as far as the user is concerned. What's going on in the background, however, is that this script is contacting a nefarious command and control server, which is, in turn, downloading the Locky ransomware onto this user's machine. The ransomware eventually springs to life, and we find a ransom note saying all the user's files are encrypted. Better double check those very important files. They're all mangled and disfigured, and there's now a link back to the ransomware note. Trying to open the files in Notepad serves up nothing but gibberish. Even the files on the backup drive are encrypted as well. And now the boss is calling, wondering why a bunch of files on the server are all of a sudden encrypted too. This is a dark day in company history, one that's going to either cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars in ransom payments, and that's assuming the bad guys make good on their word to decrypt the files, or will cost countless hours of downtime as we restore affected machines from backup. Okay, let's hop in our time machine and go back to the beginning of the day. This time, we've got Sophos Intercept X, which features CryptoGuard ransomware protection. Intercept X is available separately from endpoint protection in Sophos Central, so we'll set this computer up as though it's protected only by the CryptoGuard feature of Intercept X. Once again, we've got our files back to normal. Same story with the files on the backup drive. And just a quick note that this malware is A, real, and B, hasn't been seen by Sophos before. We're playing with live ammo, and our products are catching it despite having no prior knowledge of it. Okay, I'm the user. I get my USPS missed package email. I open the attachment. Now this appears to be a doc file, of course, so I double click it. In the background, the script is downloading the ransomware into the machine. It begins to encrypt the files on the machine, and as the CryptoGuard feature notices the rapid malicious encryption of files, it stops the ransomware in its tracks, rolls any already affected files back to their safe states, and notifies me that it's blocked ransomware. Sophos Clean then starts up. This is our forensic level deep cleaning product that's included with Intercept X or sold on its own. It hunts down and remediates any remnants of the ransomware and restores any affected registry files. A quick look at the files and we'll see that they're just as they should be. No harm done. So that's Intercept X. It's a last line of defense. As we saw, the malware got onto the user's machine and started running. Let's now turn on additional layers of Sophos endpoint protection to try to catch the attack earlier. We're using the Intercept X and endpoint protection products here, and for demonstration purposes, we've disabled the CXMail, DrawZip, and mail/generic S detections from the endpoint product. This time, the user double-clicks on the phony doc file, and the ransomware begins downloading in the background, but it does not start encrypting the user's files. Instead, it's caught by Sophos endpoint protection, specifically the behavior runtime monitoring and malicious traffic detection, which identifies malicious activity and blocks it before the malware has a chance to run. We also see that Sophos endpoint protection caught a second payload. This is a growing trend by malware writers, making their downloaders pull down multiple payloads. So this machine would get infected with Locky ransomware and the Copter click fraud malware as well, but Sophos runtime protection detects and blocks both. Let's now prevent multiple payloads from being downloaded altogether by turning on the Sophos CXMail detections. In this scenario, when the user goes to open the attachment, malware is detected inside the attachment itself, at which point Sophos endpoint protection removes the entire attachment from the user's machine, preventing payloads from being downloaded in the first place. And finally, let's turn on our remaining endpoint protection features and add network security to the mix. We'll use Sophos XG Firewall and its heartbeat feature. This provides gateway protection for email and web scanning and constantly communicates with Sophos protected endpoints so that if an endpoint is compromised, the firewall can remove that endpoint's network access and shred any encryption keys it might have until the endpoint can be restored to a healthy status. We'll also add Sophos Sandstorm, which will run potential threats in a sandbox environment and, if they're malicious, prevent them from getting onto your network entirely. As for the demo, it's boring. The user doesn't even have a phony email message to open. It got blocked long before it ever had a chance to reach the user's inbox. So that's ransomware in a nutshell and how it can be dealt with thanks to multi-layered protection from Sophos. To learn more, visit sophos.com/ransomware.